Hello, it's Jerry Weesey again, and it's time for another edition of What's in My Room. This might be a little long. I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can. I have a bunch of stuff to share with you today. A lot of the stuff in my room are artifacts or souvenirs or whatever you want to call it that I brought back from Vietnam. And I got a few things I'd like to share with you and show to you today. The first thing is some Vietnamese money. Take a look at this. It's 100 yeah, dong. Probably not worth much today, but it was actually some currency that South Vietnamese had at the time we were there. I don't know why I got this and brought it back, but I did. The other thing I want to show you, which I think is kind of interesting, is what we call an Ace of Spades death card. Yeah, it's seen better days. And there's some words on the back in Vietnamese. We would lay these, we would lay these on the bodies of the dead to encourage them. I'm talking about the people that find them to consider not fighting us. And I had this translated just this morning. And what it says, I'll read it to you, is death is just the skin of these soldiers. Dead Viet Cong rule lemons. Go figure. The other thing I want to show you is what we called a Chu Hoi ticket. Now the word Chu Hoi meant surrender in Vietnam. And we would drop these things out of the helicopter by the gazillions. And basically what they said was that if you present these tickets to an American GI, that you would be given safe passage, or your wounds would be taken care of, and you'd be fed 3 meals a day, and I guess sometimes they did do that. But when we saw people holding these things up, usually it was after we fought their asses to the point where they knew they were going to die if they didn't stop and put these out. I think all the Vietnamese had these in their pockets. Okay, this is one, and on the other side pretty much says the same thing. And I had this translated too, and I'll try to read you. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. What it says is, the only real spring back when you return to the national government. Go figure. And here's another one, which shows an American door gunner. And on the back is a fairly long written, whatever you want to call it. Now, the thing about these Chu Hoi tickets is this. We found them kind of neat because we could see them guys coming in to surrender, and of course we'd either take POWs or KIAs, but we didn't much care for them using these Chu Hoi tickets as a get out of jail free card when they were pinned down by us. So that's two of them I found on the trail. The other thing I want to share with you guys today, which is something else I found on the trail, is this. And I'm not too sure if you can see this. I'll try to get as close as I can. But this is actually some tripwire that I picked up off of the trail, which was kind of stupid when you think about that. But I found this and I picked it up, and this is VC tripwire. It's been wound up since I brought it back from Vietnam. I've never uncoiled it, but if you can look at it, it's green, it's very thin, and it's what it is tripwire. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is this. Let's see if I can get this so you can see it the right way. A lot of guys in my unit had these things, and it says Vietnam War, NAM, whatever that means. They're sweatbands, of course. I'm having a hard time with this camera seeing what I'm doing, but we wore them like this. And some of the pictures that I've got of myself in Vietnam, this is around my neck. Don't know why, it would seem like the thing to do at the time. And then there is this. Yeah, a lot of you Vietnam veterans know what this is. This is toilet paper. Okay. Yeah, you'd be in a world of hurt should you really need some toilet paper. So when we were in the jungle, one of the things that we had people send us from home a lot of was, Charmin toilet paper, because this just doesn't get it in the jungle. Okay? Now, I've got one more thing I want to show you guys, and This might be interesting to you, maybe not. I know a lot of Vietnam veterans will know what this is. But this is a P38 can opener. Now, they included all these can openers with our C-rations. And even though a lot of the guys that are on Facebook and YouTube know how to use them, I thought I would demonstrate this today. So what I've done, and I'm going to try not to make a mess. My wife has done told me, here is a can of unopened tuna. So I guess we're going to have tuna sandwiches today once I get this open. And the way you do this is you take this device and you set this in there like such. If this works, this works. It ain't working. It ain't working. Hang in there with me, guys. I may not have tuna today. Look, I probably shouldn't open this up. I'll probably make a mess. The thing was, if you can imagine a C-ration can, they were all painted green. And when we open these up, some of the green paint always fell into the chow. I kind of wonder about lead paint poisoning these days. The other thing we did real quickly, if I could open, I would have showed you this, is we take and we open it up to a point where it's still connected, and we bend the lids back, and that lid then becomes our skillet handle. And we would hold these over C4 to heat. Now, C-rations came with sterno tabs, and those things take forever to heat up food. So American GIs, being who we are, we discovered that if we took some C4 and rolled it up into about the size of a big marble and took a match to that and lit it, it burned at a very high heat. C4, about at one time, the only place you could get C4 was to take your bayonet and pry off the back of the Claymore mines. And, you know, you take a little out and think it won't make much difference, and a little bit more the next day won't make no difference. And then when you needed to use your Claymore mine, there was no plastic explosives in it to do any good. So the Army started realizing that we're going to use C4. That's what we're going to do. So they started giving us packages of C4. And I want to say they were 2-pound packages, and they were about yay big by like this. And they were wrapped in green cellophane, and we put them in our rucksacks, and that's what we used to cook our C-rations. The only thing is, when you're using C4, it takes an explosive device to set that off, like a blasting cap. And I wondered sometimes, carrying this in my rucksack, if a round was to penetrate that rucksack and hit that C4, well, there probably wouldn't be much left of me but about a spoonful. So, well, I hope these things are interesting to you. I know a lot of my Vietnam brothers out there are going to make comments about this. Feel free to. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy that went and came home. It was 40-some years ago, but enjoy these videos. This is Jerry Wiese, over and out.